I think it's pretty safe to say that yesterday's Fortnite live event was probably one of the best events they've had so far. And to be honest, every single event in Fortnite has been pretty fantastic in its own. But yesterday's event was a little different. There was a lot more action. It was like everything from the music, the action, the size of the actual characters, the robot and the monster. They were both like just crazy huge. The music in the background, the length of the actual fight was pretty decent. There was a lot of back and forth, a little bit of the monster side, a little bit of the robot side. There was just overall a lot of back and forth with the antagonist and the protagonist, which made it for a more compelling fight. You can love or hate Fortnite, but you still got to give it credit for its creativeness. Overall, it's just a really cool fact that they do these live events, and it's become a thing, you know, for these live events to happen before every single season at this point in the game. A lot of people enjoyed it for the most part, of course, but there's also a lot of people saying that they're kind of disappointed because it wasn't really like a crazy map change. And I do believe that this is because of the whole tournament thing that's going on with Fortnite, the cup and all that crap. Again, season 10 is just weeks away, and if there was a crazy massive change in the map, then I guess the map change for season 10 when season 10 starts, because as we know, every time there's a brand new season, there's a brand new huge expansion or just change overall to the map. If it were to happen now, when it happens during season 10, it wouldn't be as game changing or as, you know, I don't know, fascinating, you could say, I guess. What I'm trying to say is that in conclusion, I believe Fortnite has thought about this, and they probably have the reasons as to why they're holding all these major changes for season 10 itself. Now, I myself, like everybody else out there, do have a prediction as in how this season could possibly end and season 10 could possibly begin. Before we get into all of that, there is a brand new item shop update that came out last night, and ever since these skins got leaked, the skin that I've been wanting to get my hands on has been indeed Suki. I don't know if you guys are into simplistic skin, female skins. This pretty much just reminds me of like a skin that belongs in the movie I, Robot. Really cool skin. I love how the white complements the black hair and the black skirt. Just overall, just a really badass skin. And let's not forget to mention her really cool back bling, which is finally another sword. Finally, we've only had one for a really long time, and this one's actually probably even cooler than the other one. In addition to that, we also have a brand new epic skin called the Copper Wasp, and he comes with a brand new striped stalker back bling. There is also a pickaxe that got disabled, which I believe will be back into the item shop eventually, but this is the brand new Copper Wasp epic skin. I was actually talking with my nephew about this, and we were kind of like going back and forth as in how this actually resembles a Tekken fighter character. If you guys are into Tekken, this really does remind me a lot of a character called Heihachi, and I'm sorry if I butchered his name. It's been a really long time since I played Tekken, and I'm really never really that good at pronouncing those types of names. But here on screen, I'll put an image of him, and just you can tell that the Copper Wasp is kind of trying to imitate or at least represent that character, if not something very similar to it, which is a really cool thing. And last but not least, we have the Stinger Camel, which is really nothing crazy, but it does complement the brand new skins because of the color schemes or whatnot. So if you're into weapon wraps, I guess this is a good pickup. And of course, as per usual, if you're using code HOLLOW in the item shop, I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys send me pictures using my code, and you can be included in one of the upcoming videos here on the channel. So I'm pretty sure we're all on the same page when it comes to having or wanting a brand new map within Fortnite. We've been asking for this since like season 3 or 4, probably even before, which would sound a little crazy, but it's always nice to have new maps. And Fortnite is known for having constant updates every single freaking week, twice a week. But one thing they're really not known for is new maps. Instead, they just kind of update and change and move around stuff within their map, which is kind of what they're known for, which is really cool. But with the same token, I feel like the fan base has been demanding for a brand new map for a really long time. And if it's not season 10, then I honestly don't know what season it's going to be. But I do believe that this map is about to have its biggest change, its biggest impact on change or with change, if that makes any sense at all, that we've ever seen in the history of Fortnite's Battle Royale map. If you guys go to Loot Lake right now, currently, you can see that this orb is being generated from the power source within Loot Lake, underneath Loot Lake, that actually travels across the entire lower section of Loot Lake, which we obviously cannot see as the players, but there's multiple sections of the map that you can go to, and you can kind of hear like a humming effect from underneath you, and you can tell that there's something there, but we don't really know what it is. And obviously this mysterious power is feeding multiple places like Loot Lake and Neo Tilted and stuff like that, and we just don't really know what it is. It just appeared after this season begun, after season 9. Pretty much probably has something to do with the unvaulting events in that dimension that we were in. Who knows? But it is some sort of mystical power that pretty much just surfaced after the monster versus robot fight, after the monster was chewing off the robot's arm or shoulder or whatnot, and then the robot went into the middle of Loot Lake, stuck his hand inside, and just came out with some sort of power. Part of that power, the residue of that power, just something there was left behind, and there's now this huge orb within Loot Lake that it's actually growing and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And there's actually multiple stages for this orb. At the time of me recording this, there's been 3 stages found for this orb, and eventually the orb will get bigger and bigger, and then it'll kind of start elevating towards the sky and then open up, and eventually what will happen, it is still unknown. But I do believe, since you do get close to the orb and it's not really a gravitational pull, it doesn't pull you and it kind of just pushes you out, I do believe that this orb will do some sort of explosion using all of the energy that's underneath Loot Lake and underneath the map, which of course that's what's possibly going to cause a huge sort of like explosion in the map to be wiped out completely, if not a really big portion of the middle of Loot Lake, and then will probably be turned into something else, which I hope that's not the case. I do hope that we get something huge from it, because it's season 10. Season 10 is like starting from season 1 again. You know, you already finished the decade. Let's start again fresh. Let's start with season 10 on a brand new map. I honestly believe that a lot of other players will enjoy that, and if we can bring back Siphon along with that, that would be great as well. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. I do want to mention something that was really interesting, and it's been coming up on Twitter and social media and stuff, that I don't know if you guys picked up onto this, but this is super crucial. Now, how it's gonna happen, I don't know, but maybe there's a little bit of a story, a backstory that hasn't been revealed yet. But here on screen, I'm gonna post an image so you guys can check out this image. And as you can see, this is pretty much a picture of the map, and in this picture of the map, you pretty much just see Singularity helmet locations. Now, when you take a look at all these locations, this is where you go in the map to get the Singularity helmets for all her different styles. But if you really pay close attention, if you pay close attention to the monster versus robot fight, you can tell that these locations are exactly where the main point of the fight took place. The first helmet that we're going to start off is going to be the purple up top right. That's going to be Pressure Plant. That's where the robot was designed and made, and that's where he originated from. The left bottom helmet, purple with the white stripe, is Polar Peak, and that goes for the monster. That's where the monster originated from, and that's where he escaped from. And then you have 3 other helmets. The red one being Loot Lake, which is where the robot actually got his power source from after he got bitten by the monster. Then you have Neo Tilted, which is the blue helmet, which is where the robot stuck his hand and grabbed the Singularity statue in Neo Tilted, and it revealed to be some sort of gigantic sword that we did not know about, but that's exactly where he pulled it from. And then you have the last helmet, which is the green helmet. It's pretty much smack in the middle between Dusty, Neo Tilted, Shifty, and Salty Springs, and this is really just where the monster died in the hands of the robot because of the blade that was pulled from Neo Tilted out of the Singularity statue. Again, it may not seem like much, but these are things that are there for a reason. It's not a coincidence that these helmets were just here just to be there and then the fight ended up being the same way. No, there's got to be some sort of correlation, some sort of connection to these events. I mean, why is it that all the key points, all the key moments in that fight occurred where these helmets were? Is there some sort of backstory that we're probably going to be telling or seeing once season 10 begins? Is the Singularity character going to play a bigger role than we think come season 10? Let's say we don't get a brand new map. Maybe this orb stays in season 10, and as the weeks go by within season 10 leading to season 11, then maybe the orb will slowly but surely be destroying the map, and then season 11 will be the beginning of a brand new map. But that's very unlikely. Again, I think that is like worst case scenario. I think that we do need a brand new map now. Are we gonna get it? It's hard for me to put the hand on the fire and just say yeah for sure, because again, that's not what we're used to. That's not what Fortnite really does. But I think this is the perfect opportunity. I think this is even better of an opportunity as if the monster was still alive, because I do feel like this orb is some sort of mystical power that we don't know about, and eventually it'll destroy the map, and it possibly could destroy the map in a very easy manner. So that's just my prediction. Let me know what you guys think. If you were to destroy the map, if you think this is going to destroy the map, do you think it's going to absorb it, like suck it in, or do you think it's going to be some sort of explosion due to its gravitational push when you get near it? I mean, unless you're like in creative, you can actually go inside of it or whatnot, but nonetheless, if you are in the game, it does not let you touch it. Let me know what you guys think. I'm super excited. I really do hope that we get a really, really big change in season 10. And only time will tell. We're only a couple of weeks away. Who knows, man?